I'm Ben Reiser. It's Monday afternoon, and I'm here with you in the belly of the beast, the tech room for the Wisconsin Film Festival. On Wednesday, they'll begin the daunting task of screening nearly 200 films in 5 days. How do they do it?
Hi, I'm Eric Gunnison, and I am part of the crew here at the Wisconsin Film Festival that puts together all the films and videos that the audience sees. And this is Studio D in Vilas Hall, where we do all that prep work to get everything ready for the fest. There are two types of formats that we deal with. It's either film or video. So on the film side, which is basically this side of the room here, we're receiving prints from all over the world. We inspect those reels and splice them together onto these large metal reels that then go to the venues such as the Orpheum and the Stage Door, where they show films off of these reels. They actually take the films from the reels and put them on these large platters, and then they actually project from the platter. So we're inspecting those films, taking the head and the tail leader off, splicing them together. You can see over here there's A Town Called Panic sitting on the floor there that has been spliced together. It's on 2 reels now. It has a leader on either end that tells the projectionist which reel to thread up first, and that film will go to the Orpheum, be shown there, and then after it's shown, it will be broken back down into the cases. The platter system, where the films are spliced together, which is used mostly at the multiplexes, is a relatively recent invention. And before that, films were shown with 2 projectors, where you start on one, show the first 20 minutes, go to the next one, and then back to the first projector. And we do that at the Cinematheque and at the Museum of Contemporary Art. And so in both those venues, we actually inspect the films and their little cue marks for the projectionist. And we're actually checking to make sure the cue marks are accurate, that they're there, that they're the right distance apart, so that they can make that change accurately. So in that case, we actually inspect the film and we put it back in the cans that it came from. We also make up sheets for each film that says what format it's in, because there are different lenses you use on the projector, what the sound is in. If there are issues in any part of the print, we note those so that the projectionist is aware of what's going to happen. So on this side of the room, we have video equipment that we rented from Chicago. Jared and I drove down to Chicago on Saturday and picked all this equipment up. We have our HD projectors and our standard depth projectors that will be used at different venues. We have a large box truck that we rented. And then we actually picked up Brian in the red hair, he's a projectionist at the Siskel Center, and he actually brought up one of these editing benches. Is actually Brian's personal bench that he brought up with him. So Brian and Jared have been working on the festival for years. A lot of these films are out on the festival circuit, so they're playing at a festival yesterday or the day before, this last weekend. So they'll be shipped out Monday. They'll arrive Tuesday, and our festival starts Wednesday. So that turnaround is really tight. So on the video side, we're going through all the video equipment, checking to make sure that everything we rented actually works the way we expect it to. A film may begin with 30 seconds of black, but there's sound. And if the projectionist doesn't know that this is where the tape begins, they may cut that audio out. So we're trying to avoid those kind of issues by writing down the start time and the end time of every tape, checking the tape. So there's a lot of things to figure out. It's certainly been constantly it's a learning experience for me in terms of each year and what we do differently. We try to get as much done as we can by the kickoff of the festival, because we know that things will come up and our staff will be addressing issues that we didn't foresee at venues or things that pop up, emergencies. So we try to get everything wrapped up, but there are always things we're doing during the festival. So last year there was a Russian film whose title I think I blocked out of my mind, but it played on Sunday afternoon, so we were waiting for it all weekend. It got to Chicago and they sent it up by a courier, and I was on Park Street on my cell phone with the courier, and he had been to the UW hospital before, so he insisted on driving to the UW hospital and then getting directions from there. So I'm waiting for him, telling him to turn, you're on the Beltline, get off any exit and come my way. But he drove all the way out to Middleton and came in University Avenue, because that's always the way he went to the UW hospital. I try every festival to pick out a film or two that I'm just going to go see. A few years ago, I did go just sit down and watch Zidane from beginning to end. But also, it's really hard for me.
There's always something in the back of your mind, or you're always thinking
I get, it's like I'm worked up. And I actually, a lot of times, I have more than 5 times I've gone and just sat in a theater in like 25 minutes into the film, like I start to get into the film and it's like kind of, you know, you're getting nervous and stuff, and I'm like, I can't do this right now, and I just get up and leave. And sometimes I don't have anything to go and do. Sometimes I get a call and I have to leave, but a lot of times it's just like I can't handle it. So I'm showing a film that I made this year, so I'm going to be at that. Hell or high water, I'll be at Milk Punch.
You're going to be worked up for other reasons.
Yeah, that's a totally different thing.